figured that must be me. First of all, Fussler, thank you for letting me just take a couple minutes. Hello, everybody. Some of you I know, some I don't. Reverend Hoddle is the NIM, Dave. You can go by Dave. Quick, kind of an announcement that it's Vancouver related, it's Bitcoin related, and it's specifically about this BTC Vancity related. So when I asked Fussler, he said, sure, come on up and talk about this. Very briefly, for anybody that doesn't know me, I'm a tech entrepreneur, about 40 years. Last 25 of which have been in live streaming. We didn't call it streaming when we started in 1995. It was just amazing to put anything over a dial-up modem and out onto the internet. It was audio only. But what it did is it allowed us to do web broadcasts for sports, so play-by-play. And this was cool because there were athletes that were playing around the province. Their parents couldn't go watch them, so hearing on the internet was a pretty big deal. So kind of fast forward to today, and this is now the third of 3 companies that I've been involved with. We still do sports. It's at an elite level. So again, if you can imagine, parents, these athletes are traveling all over BC, they're traveling all over the country, really. It isn't economically feasible for their parents to go with them on the trip. So webcast was a cool thing. Then the pandemic hits and all kind of sports and competitions stopped, and overnight our business went from pretty good business to about 95% reduction in revenue. We were dark, our network was dark, but we had to pay all the bills. It's not a sob story, it's just kind of one of those moments in life when you go, well, now what the hell do you do? So I had been watching Bitcoin. I got rabbit-holed around 2014 on my learning curve, which obviously I'm still on. I think we all are to some degree. But I was looking for a business opportunity in and around Bitcoin. And you go through the cycles and you go, well, hey, maybe I'd ICO, but that didn't really resonate with me. It didn't line up with the ethic. Then we go into NFTs and DeFi, that didn't work. So I'm looking for a business and I'm thinking, something's going to show up. I'll just trust that something will happen. So I convinced my lovely wife, how about we sell our majority share out of our company, sell our house, sell our stuff, put it into Bitcoin and go traveling. So we did. And Bitcoin went down to $15,000, but that's okay. That's part of the journey, isn't it? As I said, at least that's what I told her. She's been my leg to lean on through all this as well, so I acknowledge her. But we went to Mexico, and I'm like, this is it. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to onboard these street carts, these mom and pop shops. Who knows? Maybe I'll teach them how to run a node, and we'll get them using Bitcoin. Well, the first thing is my Spanish isn't that good, and talking global politics with a street cart vendor and you don't know Spanish, that was a bit of a challenge. But really more than that, it was they all use cash. And cash is a big deal, and it works, and it's non-KYC, and it can go under the mattress. So Bitcoin was kind of a tough sell. They appreciated what I was trying to say, but thanks very much, we'll watch how it goes. So I come back to Vancouver September, my tail between my legs, looking for that business opportunity. And that's when I realized BTC Vancouver has this meetup. So I said, let's plug in. And right away, I came into this space right here, and just like all of you here tonight, it was just like family. It was home. It was the kind of people that I think with, it was tribe. So it was immediately energetic, and I just want to not point that out for any other reason than this is what Bitcoin is all about. It's about all of us and doing something for Bitcoin. So along the way, I got a chance to meet some wonderful people, go into Vancouver Bit Devs, can talk to Leo, and I got a chance to talk to Adam from Koinos, and I got to meet Fussler, and I had the good fortune of knowing Will, and just everybody was willing to share along this path as I'm looking for some sort of Bitcoin opportunity. Well, at one point in time, I said to the guys that are running this Playfullscreen company, actually, let's do that next slide. So I said, guys, you know what? We do sports broadcasting. Why don't we get out in front of the crowd instead of following? Why don't we be the first that I know of to introduce lightning payments in front of pay-per-view walls or paywalls for sports broadcasting. And we'll build an API, and maybe we can do things for other people. So they started work on this, and I was really hoping to do a live demo tonight. And it's not quite, the API's working, but it's not hanging together well enough to really be impressive. So suffice to say these are just going to be some screenshots. But it is working, and we've got a front end that you can go in and you can buy with PayPal or Stripe. You can buy, say, $25, $50, $100 worth of Bitcoin, and then you can spend it in the network. So let's do the next slide. I think that, yeah. Again, nothing that you probably haven't seen before, so you pay, and then you select an event. I want to watch the hockey game from XYZ team. This is parents and family and grandma. We wanted to make it grandma easy. Grandma can just click on her Lightning wallet and watch her grandson play hockey. So this is great. This is fantastic. This product is coming together, and it occurred to me, holy cow, you know what we're actually doing? We're creating an online vending machine. If we're going through PayPal, all they know is that they're selling us a pay-per-view ticket. Doesn't say anything about Bitcoin, so I thought this is kind of cool. So maybe what we've got is an online vending machine, and we can white label it and maybe make it available to merchants and things like that. So that was the idea, and then reality kind of hit me right in the face. I don't know if anybody's done payments before, but if you use a credit card with PayPal or Stripe, there is an ability for the purchaser to question the charge and say, hey, I didn't make that purchase. And they immediately default to the purchaser. So that would mean as a merchant, I just delivered you $100 in sats, you then took it and put it in another wallet, and then you said, hey, I didn't make that transaction. So in a crazy, weird way, we just started the double spend problem all over again, didn't we? So that was a bit dejecting.
If any of you do that tonight, by the way, I'm really mean.
I shouldn't let the cat out of the bag. But anyway, don't do that. And I don't believe a lot of people would, but it was enough that it was a risk. So we had kind of a product that was working, but it was a little bit half-baked. Give me 1 sec on this next slide. So along comes the conversation that's going on all over Twitter, and it's got its roots again in Vancouver. This is why what we're saying kind of has a Vancouver story. And this Nostr thing is blowing up. And I'm watching, and I'm looking at the Twitter feed, and I'm seeing Will post certain things and saying, and I'm thinking, you know, I know this guy's really happening, and he's got lots of action going on, but what is this Nostr? And so, of course, I'm curious, and I'm watching the thread, and then I hear that he's written the client, so I don't have an iPhone, so I can't see what it is, so I'm watching every video he's putting out, but it obviously is something that I need to pay attention to. Then this thing called Nostrica comes across the board, so now what? All these things are churning around, and things are pretty exciting, and then I saw an invoice put inside of an event on Nostr. And I went, holy shit, now we can try the next slide. So it's a little bit blurry, but what we've done now is we've put Nostr into this thing where you can set up your profile, you can go in and put in your pub key, so you can now contribute into an online conversation, but you can also tip or zap. Let's say an athlete gets a hat trick in a game. Boom. I'm sending sats into that player's wallet, or I'm tipping the broadcaster. Wow, you had a great call. So we brought some interesting dynamic by way of Nostr, by way of Lightning payments, into an event. So we have content, we have payments, and we have social chat. So that's the thing that we built, and that was what I wanted to talk about. I pushed really hard for it to be ready tonight, but it's going to be ready in the middle of March, and we'll go live with that. So that kind of just then segues into the part 2 of this announcement. And that's that Nostrica thing that's going on through the thing. So does anybody know about this Nostrica? Okay, yeah, you heard about it. Anybody going? Handful, okay, cool. See you there. So I said to my wife, holy, we gotta get in on the ground floor of this. This is like streaming media back in 1995. This is brand new stuff. This is cool. Let's go see what it's all about. I didn't realize at the time that they had a cap at about 300 people. So fortunately, we got our names in, but that's it. It's a hard cap. It's a small venue, private property, 300 people tops. So as the dialogue is going on in the forums, and we're looking at the Google Docs asking for volunteers, I throw my name out. I'll help you with AV, do whatever. And they're talking about live streaming now. This is going to be an important thing. So if you don't know, Jack Dorsey has said he's putting this on, first of its kind, first conference for Nostr. He's paying for the venue, he's paying for food. You have to get there, get your accommodations, and that's the deal. And he wanted it to be very special, to be also available online. So in this Google Doc, they're talking about doing the streaming, and it wasn't long before I realized, geez, these guys are really in over their head. And I went in a back channel to the organizer. I said, this is kind of my wheelhouse, maybe I could help you out. So through a conversation and things like that, we began to take a look, and I guess you can hit that next slide. So, not that slide. You can. That's the tipping thing. But yeah, this is the first time to announce it publicly tonight. We, little old Vancouver company, were picked to be the partner for webcast for the first of its kind Nostr conference. So we're going to go and demonstrate not only, again, content, payments, and Nostr all in this thing. We're expecting the audience is growing. It's probably going to be 3 times the live audience, maybe 10 times the live audience. Who knows? It could blow up in the last week. So to summarize everything and get off the stage so we can get on to the featured speaker, it just comes back to Vancouver, Bitcoin, and this space. Here I was looking for opportunity, and I'm going around all over the place, and I'm disillusioned with a business I've done for 25 years. Little do I know that right under my feet is a business opportunity, and all I had to do was come to a place like this or to BitDevs and to just believe that Bitcoin was going to deliver something. And I will say that I kind of live by the credo. I hope maybe I can pass this along. Do something for Bitcoin every day. What can you do? Talk to your friend. Talk to your relative. Just say, hey, come on out to a Bitcoin meeting. We have these things here. You heard who's coming up next. Preston Fish, most likely. Jeff Booth. Get people out to see Jeff. Fill this room with 4 or 5. Have them packed. We'll have to webcast the thing, won't we? Just like Nostrica. Do something for Bitcoin because it pays you back. So thanks to Fussler for making this happen, making a space available for a weary old streaming media guy who then put payments on top of streaming and Nostr on top of payments and created a business opportunity. So if I can do that, I'm saying any one of us can do that. You may not build a product, but do something for Bitcoin, and it's going to work out for us. So that's kind of my thing. Thank you for giving me a few extra minutes, and let's get into our key speaker tonight. So thanks. So if you don't know, go to the website sebbunny.com, and you can learn a whole lot more, and he's going to tell you about more things tonight. So please, big Vancouver welcome, Seb Bunny.
Thanks a lot, guys.